What is it, guys, and welcome to my playoffs draft analysis. So basically, in Chicken Nugget League, you draft Team 1, which went from weeks 1 to week 6, and you draft Team 2 after week 6. No, we drafted it the same, I think. No, we drafted after. Okay, we drafted out after week 6, and then we did Team 2, weeks 7 to 12. And now I got into playoffs, so now I can mix the two teams together with the 22 Pokemon overall, and narrow it down to 11 Pokemon with the tier structure of I must have a tier 1, I must have a tier 2, I must have a tier 3, well, I must have 2 tier 3s, I must have a tier 4, I must have a tier 5, and I must have a Mega, and I am restricted to the only free ones. You know, in normal draft leagues, you're like free 1, free 2, free 4, free 5, whatever. No, there's no free 5, but 1, 2, and 3 free picks. But this one, the free picks are free tier 1, free tier 3, free tier 4, and free tier 5. So you're restricted to only those ones. With the other, like the tier 1s that I had on both teams, the tier 3s that I had on both teams. Alright, so starting this off, you can see on my screen, the first Pokemon I chose to be on my playoffs teams was Mew. I felt like Mew overall was a good one, and is the only Z-move user on my team. Looking at my entire team, I think only one more Pokemon would have done well, but they're another tier 1, so either way it would have been good. And I feel like adding the Mew and MZ, and also like Fire MZ, Ground MZ, I also think you get Ice. Yeah, I think you get Ice Beam. Yeah, Ice Beam, Electric MZ with Thunderbolt, Ghost MZ with Shadow Ball is so much coverage, adding on with Z moves as well. And it gives those, like, for instance, again, Shadow Ball or Dazzling Gleam, the moves that are just like 80 and below that need that power boost. And that's what the Z move does. Okay. So, the next Pokemon that was our tier 1 on the playoff teams. Next up, and Mew in the regular season, I drafted it to Team 2, and it had 4 kills. So, once again, did pretty well. Next up, we draft Entei. Entei is a Pokemon that I think that in the playoffs, it's going to do better than it did in the regular season, because you'll see later on in this thing, I did not get Moltres. And I feel like the reason I didn't use Entei a lot is because I already had a Moltres on the same exact team with Z moves. So I never really had a thing of like, let's just bring Entei instead. Didn't really have that thing. So yeah, and I feel like Entei with Sacred Fires, and that's the move, right? Sacred Fire, and Storming Tantrum, and Iron Head, and just Extreme Speed, and yeah. Okay, so the next Pokemon, and Entei was also on Team 2. I had 1 kill, but that was probably because Moltres came a lot more, and Moltres got 2 kills. Next up, we got Porygon 2 is our first tier 3. Entei was a tier 2. Porygon 2 is tier 3, then we get another tier 3, then we get a free tier 3 later on the line. Porygon 2 first one, if you guys know me as a competitive battler, you know that I'm very much useful with a Porygon 2. I've drafted it like 70% of my leagues, so out of 100%. So do the calculations yourself. Okay. This genderless, this genderless is very defensive with the EVLI. It does have 105. It has a better special attack tag than Shaman. That's what you gotta put into your mind. Okay? This Pokemon has a better special attack stat than Shaman. The only reason people don't use it as much to like go like this to actually see what it can do is because they normally run like some stuff in defensements and stuff. But like, put it in your mind, this Pokemon has a better special attack stat than Victini, Manaphy, Shaman. Okay, you could put that in your head. Put that in your head and tell me it's not good. Tell me. I need to put it to neutral nature, and Sirius is too far down the line. Okay, next tier 3 mon that I decided on. I decided that I needed a water type Pokemon on my team. And I need it to not be just some bad one. Okay, because we did draft Tapu Fini and we did have a Lantern. Those are the only two that I could decide on. Tapu Fini, if I knew that it was restricted to like free tier 1 instead of just free 1, free 2, like use your points. Like there's no points. You have to pick a tier 1, a tier 3, a tier 4, and a tier 5 in your free slots. If I knew that, I would have got Tapu Fini. But Primarina, still good with like an AV, a Choice Specs, a Life Orb, Liquid Voice, Hyper Voices, Moon Blasts, Energy Balls, Pure Song, and normally runs like a Hidden Power type if needed. In the regular season, it was on I think it was on Team 2 as well. Jesus, we got a lot of Team 2 Pokemon. Porygon 2 was a Team 1. Porygon 2 got 0 kills though. Primarina, on the other hand, got 1 kill on Team 2. Baby. Next up, we have our Tier 4 Pokemon. We drafted Dragalge for the playoffs. Dragalge was on, I think it was on Team 1. Yes, it was. And it got 2 kills. So, that was probably because that clutch adaptability or just some good moves by my end. I get Sludge Wave, Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse, Focus Blast, Thunderbolt, Scald, Toxic Spikes. Okay, you really gotta watch out for this man. Okay, next up, Tier 5, we draft Rotom. I feel like Rotom's gonna be so good in the playoffs. I just have this inch, okay? I just have this very, very nice inch that Rotom's gonna be good in the playoffs. Alright, next up, Mega Sableye. We have to draft a Mega. We had to draft a Mega. We had to decide either Mega Venusaur or Mega Sableye. And I decided on Mega Sableye, even though Mega Venusaur in the regular season on Team 1 had 8 kills. Yeah, 8 on a Mega Venusaur. I've drafted it like 40% of my leagues. Below average, okay? But if it comes down to what I'm going to pick for a Mega, it's down to Mega Absol, Mega Venusaur, what else is it? Mega Charizard X. But I've only drafted Mega Charizard X once. I would love to try it again. The only time I did try, I was amazing with it. Okay. Mega Sableye, Will-O-Wisp, Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, Color Mine, Knockoff. Amazing. Shadow Snake, Thunder Punch, you already know. Next up, in the free picks, we got Tyrantrum. We did the Tyrantrum in Team 2. It got 1 kill, but it was actually about a sweep team. Rocket, Choice Band, or Choice Scarf, or a Life Orb with Dragon Dance. That was the set that I was about to sweep on. It gets like Fire Fang, Trunch, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, obviously Hit Smash. You already know. And that was a free tier 3. Now you have to do a free tier 1, a free tier 4, and a free tier 5. Our free tier 1 was Tornadus Therian, which we drafted in Team 1, and it got 3 kills on that Team 1. So you already know this Tornadus Therian is going to put in the work. Even if it doesn't get like 6 kills, it's still going to put in the work. Next up, a free tier 4. We drafted, oh yeah, let's run through the moves, okay? Let's run through some moves. Dark Pulse, Eccentric, Focus Blast, Hurricane, Psychic, U-Turn, Knockoff, Tailwind, Taunt, Toxic, Sludge Wave. Done. Free tier 4, Komala, whatever you think his name is. Okay. The first time I bring this to a match, people thought that the person that I was versing with it thought that I was running a Choice Band in Last Resort. Yep. And I was actually running a Life Orb. I think it was like an Earthquake, Shadow Claw. I think I was running Return, and then I think I was running Play Rough. This was the set that I was running against my opponent, and they thought I was just running Choice Band Last Resort. You can do so much. Wait, no, I think I was running Assault Vest. Yeah, I think I was running Assault Vest. That is a good set right there, okay? Don't you at me on Twitter or anything at TylerBrown20, or just at RecordMan on Twitter. You already know, but don't at me, unless it's not about the Kamala. Next up, how do we erase that, and then erase. There we go. Free tier 5 last pick Lantern. Really restricted on what I could pick. It was out of Weedle, Gorgeist, Lantern, and yeah, that's it, because we already drafted Rotom. I know that we already did the typings water, and electric, but Lantern can still do some Volt Switching actions. You know what I'm talking about. It's mainly used with like a Volt Switch, Dazzling Gleam, Discharge is still good. Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, with the Scalds to burn. It gets Heal Bell as well. Toxic if I would like to store, but I'm not sure. And the main things about it is the Volt Absorb, Water Absorb. If you switch in to a electric type Pokemon, okay? But you have Water Absorb, they're gonna think that you have Volt Absorb, so they're gonna switch out, and you are able to go for like a Volt Switch on them. Okay? That's just some sick mind games right there, okay? Same thing. Water type Pokemon in, okay, switch in this man, you have Volt Absorb though. Alright? So this water type Pokemon is going to probably be like, oh, you have Water Absorb, so let me just switch out. You go for a Volt Switch, they switch out, and then you switch out, and we have momentum. And that is how it works. Or they just do a different move from a water type attack, and then you Volt Switch on the water type Pokemon. I still think the better one is the momentum one, but either way. Hope you guys enjoyed this draft analysis / breakdown. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Wait, I'll actually take you guys over to Playoff Teams. Take you over there. You guys can see all the playoff teams, so you guys can be in the comment section below helping me out. Also, let's just look at that. Other people's like Z moves used. So we got Baleon and Crobat. We got, oh yeah, because people drafted the same Mons. So he has a Mew. I have a Mew. Wurmple just has a Mew. Stormcellar has a Landorus Therian. Spartan has Tapu Koko. I have my Mew. You guys can also see on paper what my team looks like. Aaron has a Celesteela and Can. What is it? Is that how you say it? I don't know. And purple Can has Karen Black, and purple Coffin Man has Zygarde at 50%. Looking at my team on paper, it actually looks pretty sweet. Like, we got Rotom, we got Lantern, then we got like Mega Sableye, then like Tornado Therium, Porygon 2, and then we got the Mew at the top, just being like, how you doing? So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you missed it, smash the like button and also subscribe. More YouTube videos coming your way. Peace!